Tonight, I want to speak about a quiet grief many of us carry, one that often has no name, but lives in the silence of our families. In these last years, we have lived through a fracture that is difficult to name. Families splintered, not always by choice, but by a pressure that moved through the collective like a storm. Some of us were left standing in the quiet after, carrying the ache of those who turned away. It is a strange grief, to mourn the living, to carry the weight of silence from people whose voices once filled our days, to watch holidays and birthdays arrive like shadows, reminding us of the distance, not the closeness. The calendar itself has become a witness. It holds the truth of what once was, days meant to mark belonging, now heavy with absence. A birthday without a call, a holiday without a table to gather at, a Mother's Day that passes like any other day. These moments cut, not because we forget, but because the absence becomes the loudest voice in the room. And in the silence, it weighs on the body. Loneliness is not just an idea. It settles in the chest. It aches in the bones. It wraps around the heart like a band. This is not small, and it is not imagined. It is real grief, living in the body. And we ask ourselves, how did it come to this? When did we stop allowing each other to think for ourselves? When did fear and division become stronger than blood, stronger than years of love and presence? Here is what I know. This fracture was not born naturally. It was seeded. It was cultivated. It was manufactured with precision. A campaign of fear and conformity designed to pit us against one another. Division has always been the oldest tool of control, but in these last 5 years, it cut into the most sacred places. Our families. So I want to be clear. This was not our fault. We did not cause this. The distance we live with now is not proof of failure, but of how deeply the system succeeded in creating separation. They wanted us to blame ourselves, to carry shame on top of grief. But shame does not belong to us. Because the truth is this: their silence does not erase the truth of who we are. Distance cannot rewrite history. The love we gave, the nights we stayed awake, the prayers we whispered, the steady presence we carried when it was needed most, that remains. It is etched in a place no dismissal can touch. And though we grieve the fracture, we are also being tempered by it. Grief has a way of reshaping us. Like iron placed in the fire, it draws out a strength we did not know we carried. Like roots that press deeper into the soil during drought, our capacity to endure is being fortified in the silence. We are learning a different kind of strength. The strength of holding love without return. The strength of standing in our knowing even when others will not look at us, or listen, or believe. The strength of remembering who we are when the mirrors we once relied on have shattered. If you are walking this same road, I want you to know you are not alone. There are countless others carrying this same ache, even if you cannot see them. We are scattered, but we are many. And even in the silence, love has not died. One day, I believe the pressure will break, the trance will lift. Some who have turned away will begin to feel again, and whether they return or not, whether reconciliation comes or not, what matters most is that we remain true to ourselves, that we do not betray our own knowing or our own love in order to be accepted. That is the final lesson of this grief, to hold our dignity even when we are dismissed, to carry love without letting it destroy us, to remember that our value was never dependent on whether others could see it. So tonight I speak not just for myself, but for all of us who feel the ache of absence, for every mother, father, child, or friend who sits with an empty chair and wonders if love was enough. Hear me. It was. It is. It always will be. We are still here. We are still loving. And in that love, even unreturned, there is a strength the world cannot take from us.